I didn't bring you a treat this time. Sorry. Sorry, girls. No. I was just cleaning your stuff out. I didn't bring anything. I just gave you a treat a little bit ago. Whole can of peas. That was your treat. So, I got a little bit more done on the duck house. So, and the back of it's a little different. I did fix that. And I did leave a little air crack right there. I didn't want to take it down no lower, and it was too hard to pull up. So I got a little crack up there too. So that was the biggest crack I could put in there. The back, I don't care. It's not going to match the size. It's all going to be painted one color. So I had some trim for something else. I used it for this. So, and then I got that side done. So once I decorate it, paint it, and get some pictures and stuff on there, look nice. So they got their own little, little den back in there. And I did sprinkle some DE in there, just for the flies and stuff, make sure no ants get in there. And again, it does not go all the way to the bottom, because if I need to hose it out, it's going to soak that plywood. So there's enough down there is when I just pooper scoop the back there. I don't take the hose to the back of it yet. So I should not have to if I'm just going to do straw back there. That should stay, pretty clean underneath. I pooper scoop every day, sometimes a couple times a day in there. So I changed their feeders around, one on each side, because I noticed the one over there was a little too close to the straw, and he was getting feed in the straw. So, had to move it out, didn't I? So I still got some work to do, to get it all purty, get things cleaned up, get rid of all these bungee cords, and get my mess cleaned up. Ooh, they made me take a break today because they decided to take a nap in there halfway through this. Didn't ya? So I got some leftover paint. I'm not going to paint the inside, of course. So if I get started on that, and then clear off all these extension cords and clean that up. And I think I'm going to try to pick up a few of those squares, blocks every now and then, so I can make like a patio around here. I know they'll still dig a hole underneath the side of it, but I just don't want it real close to the kennel to make the kennel tilt. Quit with them holes. I'm telling you. Yeah, look at me. You know I'm talking about you, huh? Oh, dirty water. I just changed that too. Just a few hours ago. That was a second change today. Y'all just dirty. What you doing, baby girl? Okay, well, I'm going to go take a break. And then think about getting this painted this weekend, maybe. Get that part over with, and maybe go pick up some more of those square stones. Probably just a few at a time. That's just a lot to carry at one time. And then I can get rid of all these and kind of get everything the same all the way around it. And eventually have like a border of those squares maybe around there. So even though they do holes, they'll put the holes out further from the kennel. And then the water can just drain underneath in the dirt. Or, when I hose it out, it'll go over the stones or whatever. I see you. I see you looking at me. Okay, I'm going to go take a break. It's been so nice outside lately. So I decided to bring the Jersey Giants pullets in here. I just gave them some wet feed. And they're like, I think around 3 weeks. But, they are bigger than your average chick. And these are the black Jersey Giants. So they get like 2-3 times the size of a regular standard chicken. But they're doing good in there. They got their little heat plate over there in the corner in case they want it at night. They're still getting used to their new home. I put them in here Well, I had them in here, and then I decided to switch over to here because it made it easier for me. Yeah, because I am going to need this in a couple weeks for some other chicks in the house. And then the rotations begin. And then as they get bigger, they'll end up going out to the chicken run kennel. And then the ones in this small brooder behind me will end up coming in here. So we just start the rotation. Everybody looks good, though. Okay, I got to finish my morning chores. I just did a bunch of pasty butts this morning in the house. Yep. Okay, eat your breakfast. I gotta go make my rounds. Ever since I put that plant there, guess what? They've been getting in there and laying their eggs in there. Girlfriend, what did I tell you girls about that? I guess I'm gonna have to do some rearranging. Yeah, I am. I don't know if you can see them, but my ducks are liking their new house. Freshening up all the waters. Y'all see the baby calf over there? It's finally starting to come out and about. What? When we're done cleaning, I'll bring you your peas. Okay? Is that a yes or no? Go ahead, dirty the water before I even get it filled up. Henry. What are you doing, boy? Okay, so it's not too bad of a mess. So I'm just going to pooper scoop some of that up and then throw a little bit of fresh straw on top of that. Pull all this stuff out of here, rinse it off, hose off the turf, and they'll be set for the day. Yeah, you will. Okay, and all I do to pooper scoop is just take my doggy pooper scooper, throw it in the trash. I just try to look for, just the bad stuff. And that white stuff is not the ducks, that's the DE I threw around in here yesterday. I think they mostly sleep in their pool at night because there's hardly ever that much of a mess in here. And I think I'm going to change this up because they keep, of course the straw's going to come down here and get all over the place. I was thinking of putting a border or a board across there, just to help hold that in more so it doesn't get all over the place. And that way I can hose it off easier and not get the straw wet on the edges. So I got to think about that. But I'm going to finish pooper scooping here and then hose it out. Okay, I got everything I could see, and then I just take my nifty little rake here, and this is my favorite tool. One of these plastic little rakes. Kids rake or whatever. I've had this thing for so long, I'm surprised I did have to put a new screw in the bottom down there. But the plastic one works more like a broom. And then I'm just going to pull some of this stuff out of here before I hose it out. And then when I hose it out, I'll be standing on the straw facing this away so that I don't get my straw wet. That's why I'm thinking of putting a border of some kind there, because I don't want the straw to get wet. So let me see what else I can do here. Okay, then once I get that done, what I'm doing is I'm just flipping the straw around to make sure there's, nothing damp underneath that could get it so-so, because I got all the poo-poo out of it. Well, I'm not saying it's like every single speck, but I'm going to just fluff this up, make sure I keep it turned. So it's nice and comfy for them, and I've got airflow underneath, and I've not splashed any water on anything down here, because, you know, it'd get yuck. So that looks good. They'll have it all messed up again anyway, so I'm going to finish raking this out, and then I'm going to hose it off. Okay, so I'm going to stand back where I know it's dry, and there's no poo-poo or anything along here, or food or anything, because I pushed the straw back, and that's where I'm going to start hosing. Which they like when I hose it off, because then they can make bigger holes out there. But I just want to make sure the feed and stuff and any extra poo-poo. And like I said, it depends on what kind of turf you buy. This is fine on my feet. I paid a little bit more money. Not the most expensive. Just to have the softer turf. So it's fine on the feet, if you're wondering. Why y'all rather drink muddy water? So now all I'm going to do is hose everything off, clean it off, get the little scrub brush out to clean the water, get the stuff set back up for them, and they should be good for the day. Other than, you know, I was doing the pool 3 times a day. I'm down to 2 times a day. So that's the morning one. And then this afternoon I'll come out here and do that pool again. And then I'll do the same thing kind of in here, but not so much pulling everything out. Just making sure I keep their kennel hosed out from the poo-poo. So it don't smell around here or attract 2 million flies. Now, let me finish up. Okay, so their coop's all cleaned out. Got good straw in there. Got clean water and everything. Got a clean pool. Why do you guys rather just... Ducks are nasty, aren't they? But they're so fun to watch. You see their blue wings coming in. They're getting their color. It's kind of a purplish color. And then sometimes it kind of looks blue. And Henry, these are ruined ducks. So Henry's going to end up, when he gets all his colors in, he's going to look similar to a mallard. And the girls will stay the pencil pattern or pencil color, what they call it. But they'll have that color in their wings, so. Yeah. I don't have to worry about them flying off. And they're not real loud, so. I so bad want to let them out with the chickens right now, but. So anyways, I'm going to finish doing some more stuff here. Going to go look for some paint to get started. I might have to buy some more primer paint. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, you behave. Get my hose hung up. Get my poo-poo from the chicken coop and the kennel here. Throw it out. And then I'm going to start on some other areas. a daily thing. Some days, my day off work, I have more time to get more stuff cleaned up. So, alright, I'm leaving you go. Okay, I've been thinking about this. So, I did have some extra chicken wire left. And they don't do that on this side because it doesn't get wet. Because I hose everything out this way. So it goes downhill. So what I'm thinking is once I start getting some more blocks, is to remove all these blocks and take that chicken wire and bring it out some so that there's a gap between the kennel and where I start the blocks so that a better airflow goes in underneath where the bark and stuff is underneath the turf. And it also, the ducks won't be able to reach behind the blocks like they were before when there was a space there and put a hole down in there. So, and I only have to do it on this corner because, like I said, this is where all the water comes out at. Now, it's not to say they're not going to put holes at the end of it. And I know not to put, you know, anything they could poke their or get their beak hurt on. So I'm only going to bring it out so far. And then the other blocks I'm going to buy and put down. The chicken wire underneath it will probably be like stop in the middle of it. So there won't be no chicken wire here for the ducks to get hurt on. I'm not going to let them get hurt. And probably experiment with it. But that will also give me a wider space behind those blocks for the airflow on the bark. That, you know, because on this turf, underneath it, I've got it pinned down. But underneath it, on the rubber part of the bottom of it, there's like little holes here and there all the way over around it, which it helps it to drain when you hose it off. Like I said, it depends on what kind of turf you buy. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I won't have to do it all the way around because they'll only do that where it's wet. So, and then eventually I'll start figuring out the other stuff. Okay, let me go find some more. That's going to be plenty for just here and there. So I think that's what I'm going to try. Just have to remove all this stuff. Start over with that and get some more blocks. So I'm going to trip to Home Depot today and get started. It just depends on how many of those I want to carry back here. Okay, so we got pooper scooped, clean straw in the boxes. Got that fluffed up. And I gave them the flower pot since they want to lay their eggs in it. I don't really care. And I didn't have nowhere else to put that, but I stuck it up there in that hole. I don't care. I'll think of something to do with it. I just don't have time right now. And since I don't have anybody in here, I don't need to pooper scoop because no one's been sleeping in here. No one slept in here last night, and the girls are laying their eggs in here. Sometimes they just like it in here better, so I don't care where they lay their eggs, as long as it's in a box. And they once in a while will go in that one, but they haven't laid any eggs in that one. So everybody is still out there. I'm gonna have to finish throwing my trash away, go look for me some paint, and get a few more things cleaned up. I went around here and pooper scooped the best I could. I don't see much more, so. And you like my sign? I had to do something, because what I did was I put this is the backing for that hen box, so the hen box won't be open in the back of it. Because since I couldn't, like, I guess I could have put a piece of cloth there, but it wouldn't have looked as funny. Okay, finish laying your eggs. We got these 2 boxes are full. Got hens in these, so I'm going to get my other chores done. Come back out here and get my supplies ready to paint. I may have to run to Home Depot to get some primer. And I don't have anybody in these boxes. So, I know, I got to clean up my mess. See, I love hanging out underneath this tree. That's why, as soon as I let this down, I mean, they used to love going in that kennel because most of them were raised for a while in that kennel, a lot of them. So, I'm going to have to stand out here and keep them out of there until they learn. But like I said, I want to wait till the ducks get just a little bit older where they can defend themselves. And I'll have to stand out here to make sure Frank gets along. But so far, I mean, they've been ignoring them. Okay, let me get my other chores done. My little munchkins. And that's maybe, probably just over an hour ago, I changed everything. And I brought the second one in so that I can do like I did before. Is when I go to clean this and check for poopy butts and all that. Then I can transfer them over one at a time and check them out good that way. And then just keep going back and forth. And these ones I will be raising for several weeks before I rehome them or sell them. And these are the brown leghorns, black stars, and golden Wyandottes. So I may keep one of the brown leghorns. I don't know yet, but I'll probably keep. I usually raise these out till they're like anywhere from 9 to 14 weeks. So, and we just had poopy butts this morning. Got them all cleaned up. They do make a mess. They're only a week old now. So, yeah, I see ya. You don't like when I... Move out of the way. Okay. They're doing good. And eventually, once they, around 5 weeks, we're going to do the rotation with the Jersey Giants and these girls. Yeah. We're going to start the rotations. That's the fun part. And then these ones here, I raised, or hatched for somebody that's going to come get them today. Huh, babies? Huh, babies? Yeah. Everybody had a clean bed this morning. And then this one is the one that buys all my Rhode Island Reds once I hatch them. And he's on vacation. So, what are you doing? I have another batch of his hatching now. So that'll be a good thing. And then by the second week in June, he should have about 2 or 3 batches to come get at one time. So, what are we doing, babies? What? And we checked everybody else for poopy butt. Got everybody clean. They just make a mess really fast. So, I normally am not in this position with 3 brooders in my bedroom, but due to certain circumstances that I did not expect, and this is only temporary. Huh, yeah. So these ones will be gone today. These ones and the next 2 batches hatching will be gone in just over a week. And then these ones I'll be raising, and these are going to rotate out to the Chicksville shed, and then eventually into the chicken run kennel where they will be rehomed. But the Black Jersey Giants are in the Chicksville shed right now, so they'll be taking lead of going over and rehomed before these ones will. So it's a rotation thing. But everyone's doing fine.